Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Horse Center. Tonight, we have another special guest, Jorge Vargas Jr. Now, Shawn, I'll tell you, that A makes a big difference, doesn't it, Jorge? You can't hear me?
I'm in trouble with the audio.
With the audio? All right. So I was saying that maybe I'll speak up a little louder. Can you hear me now? And the Verizon commercial ends. I guess you pressed the wrong button, right?
Or he said, you know what? If you bring up that other Jorge Vargas too, I am out of here.
I'm out of here. Can you hear us a little better now? Can you hear me? No, you can't hear us?
No, not really.
Not at all, huh? Maybe, what else can we try, Shawn? Any ideas?
Did you go out of the room and come back in? Is that what you did?
Yeah, he went out and came back in, but the audio is probably, let's see. I can't turn our mics up. What if he just listens to the phone and not the headphones, maybe? Maybe take them out?
No, it's just like...
Try it again.
Technical difficulties has been the theme of this week, Shawn.
Yes, it has. Hey, at least we got our stuff together. We had that spell a long time ago. Rich mastered that now.
The technical difficulties?
Yeah. You're beyond the internet, and your facial expressions as you freeze and stuff. Yeah.
That was pretty good, no? Well, no, I just had to get new technology, man, in my house. Better internet connection, because AT&T was pretty terrible, as they say. But in any case, Shawn, well, while he tries to figure out, maybe I don't know if he's going to come back or not, so clearly we had some technical difficulties. So let's you want to start about with the news at least or something?
Sure, we'll do it backwards.
What do you want to talk about today? Well, how about we start with some horse racing earlier in the day? Okay, let's try it again here. Can you hear us now?
Yeah.
All right, good. I'm screaming too, so I'm scaring all the neighbors' animals. I was saying that beforehand that Jorge Vargas Jr. is joining us, and there's that A is all the difference in the world, right, Shawn?
Yeah.
That's what I see. This guy can't even watch the Sixers without being bugged about a bad ride, right?
Yeah, man. I was getting all kind of messages every night. I'm here like, what did I do? I'm watching a game. I'm not even riding, but yeah.
So you don't moonlight at Penn National?
I used to, whenever I was riding a parks, I used to go up and up Penn like almost every night, but not anymore.
Not anymore. So, but you could have some fun with that when people start giving you some guff and they got you confused with the other guy. You can really pretend like you're him and say all kinds of really crazy stuff, and then he'll be the one that has to take all the heat for it.
I forward a message like almost every time. I just tell him, hey man, I'm getting a lot of do a better job. I'm getting a lot of hate.
Now, do you guys have a lot of conversation like that with each other? Like, hey man, you got to ride better. Or is that like some?
It's just funny because he told me that he gets some message too. Whenever somebody like I do a bad ride or let's say whatever, and somebody not happy with me, he gets some message, and I just forward them. Whenever I know that they're not for me, I just send them over.
You should even send them yours, the ones that are for you. That would be fun, right? Now, you went to that same school in Puerto Rico as like the Ortiz brothers and Victor, right? Down there in Puerto Rico?
Yeah, Jose was like 1 year before us. Irad was 2, and I was in the same class with Victor, Jevian Toledo, Manuel Franco, Christian Riraldo, even Edgar Sayas. He didn't graduate with us, but he was in there with us, and yeah. Even the same the Vargas kid, the other Vargas, he was in the same class with us.
So do you guys, like in the NFL, they compare draft classes, like they say the class of 2021 versus the class of. So do you guys, when you get together, say, our class is the best, your class sucks, that kind of stuff, or do you not have that kind of rivalry?
Nah, not really, but I mean, we get that a lot. Our class, I mean, it was one of the best. You rarely get so many good riders out of one class. Not knocking on anybody, but we are like 5, 6. I mean, Javian, he wins a lot of races in Maryland. Victor too. Franco, I mean, we don't have to say much about him. Edgar Sayas, they all have won like 1,000, close to 2,000 races.
Mhm.
You, we can brag about that in a good way. In a good way that our class was really 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 good and strong.
So, what do you think about that school? Just puts out so many good jockeys.
I mean, you get a good foundation. You get a good base. You start from the bottom. You start from the bottom. You start getting on. You start taking care of the horse, and that's pretty much it. You run every base like you can say you run every base, and it gets you a good foundation of it.
Mm. So, one more question for me, there, Jorge. Do you deep inside wish that you were Joel Embiid?
Nah, I think I'm good on a fun size. I'm good on the fun side.
Mhm. That's happening, Sean.
Hey, hey, Jorge. One of my favorites to root for. You're not always getting the best horse, but you're always out there trying, and you'll go wherever. What's your favorite track to race at? And what's your favorite style? I know most jockeys say it doesn't matter, but would you rather a front runner, a closer, stalker?
I mean, I don't I don't consider myself like I'd rather be somewhere. All depends on the horse, but I'd rather be behind. I like to see everything unfolding in front of me, and go from there. Where pick my spots and all that.
So, what
Yeah.
you're
Now,
saying is, I'm sorry, go ahead, Sean. I thought you were going to go mute there for a second. Go ahead.
one other thing I noticed is when you're down the lane and you're getting in a photo, you're winning most of those. Is that pretty accurate? You're a strong finisher.
I mean, I try to do my best. I try to do my best. At the end, um, that's you can say that's one of the strongest, the stronger parts in the race, and you gotta be good at it. So I'll try to do my best at the end. I'll try to get my horse, to get that bob, or to finish strong.
When you
So,
and go ahead, Rich.
no, I'm
Your
sorry.
turn.
Just keep trying. I'm just waiting for you to go to mute, man. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
when you and Victor are going out to eat, you're making sure he pays the bill, right?
Last time he paid, so I'm up next.
Is
Ah,
that how it goes? It doesn't go like who wins the most races that day or the most money?
Nah, not really, not really. We're pretty good, we sure. But I got it on my baby registry, so every time he wins a race, I'll get on him. Hey, baby registry is coming your way, so get winning.
So, I have we have a question for you here. Charles Blaha says, "Who's your agent?" And working hard, like your riding style, and the more mounts, the better chances are for you. Who's your
My,
agent?
my agent is Jimmy Riccio. He got Jose Ortiz too. So we've been together for like 2-3 years now, since I moved from Maryland, and been been pretty tough for us, because we I got hurt. I was out for almost 5 months, and before that we got COVID, where where everything shut down on us, but I mean we kept trying.
Terry Hay wants to know who is or what was your favorite horse to ride.
Oh, my favorite horse, the man, that was my boy. I won like eight races on him. He was PA Bread of the Year like 2 times. He was one of the classiest horse I ever sat on.
So when you move from track to track in the Mid-Atlantic there, each track has its own like little quirkiness. You had mentioned that you like to be more towards the back or at least get to see what happens in front of you. So do you feel like certain tracks fit your jockey style better than others? And which ones do you feel like fit the way you ride better?
I mean, obviously, if all depends, nowadays tracks, he gets certain ways that, I mean, you can be afford to be sitting in the back most of the time, because you're not gonna get there sometimes. But like, lengthy stretch like Laurel, let's say Laurel won a ton of races on Laurel, and you can afford to take your time and make your move whenever you're ready. Belmont too. Aqueduct, you can take your time, but you gotta like measure real well, because the track over there gets so biased. Like sometimes you just, I mean, you can afford to be too far off it, or too close or whatever. Winter time is tricky. It's tricky. But yes, some tracks, I mean, is easier than other ones.
I'd imagine for sure. Shawn, any other ideas or thoughts?
Yeah, 5 years from now, you're at a full-time track. You're hitting at 20%. What track would that be?
I mean, I wish I can stay in New York. I wish I can, I get that opportunity. More shot to be there. Year around. I know I can do it, and it's just matter of the opportunities. But I wish it's New York.
And then we'll bring up the Sixers again. Your thoughts on the trade?
Man, I was a little hurt because Drummond. I think he's the better backup Embiid has had in his career, and Embiid is going monster right now. But that's how it goes.
So for you, it's the Sixers and the Houston Astros, right? In baseball.
Yeah, I like Carlos Correa. No, not really. I mean, you gotta like the team though, but Carlos Correa is like, that's a guy I look after it. He got a pretty good story. He made it from Puerto Rico, and that's something that that's tough, because MLB in Puerto Rico is not something that really big. So he choose to stay in over in Puerto Rico, and that's huge.
For sure. Well, he might end up from what I read, he might end up in Chicago. I hope as a Cubs fan he does. I don't know. I don't know how accurate that is, but I read somewhere that he was a big target for the Chicago Cubs. So I'm in Chicago. I'm a Cubs fan. So maybe we'll win a second World Series in 115 years or something like that. Right, Shawn?
Oh, so let me tell you, I'll be a fan next year if he go.
Well, yeah, absolutely. You should be a Cubs fan anyway, because they can be your 2A, like they can be your entry team, the 1A team, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. All right. Well, we do appreciate you joining us tonight, Jorge. We hope you have a fantastic night and a great 2022. Thanks once again. And I used to. One quick thing. I grew up in the Poconos. You know where that is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my friends and I, we would sometimes skip school, and we'd either drive off to New York or we'd drive down to Philadelphia. And that was way back in the day when they played at the Spectrum. And I've seen many a game with Mo Cheeks, Julius Erving, Fat Charles Barkley, round and rebound, right? Bobby Jones. So the year that they won the 4-4-4-4 championship, I actually went to go see a few of those games. Didn't go to any playoff games, but I was at one of those games where Julius did one of his things, under the basket. They always show those highlights, and that was kind of amazing. I think my most favorite basketball game was seeing the Sixers play against the Atlanta Hawks with Dominique Wilkins. That crazy dunk. Man, he made some insane dunks for sure.
Yeah.
Before we
that's
let you go,
crazy.
too, congrats on the baby.
Thank you. Yeah.
Do you find out if it's a boy or girl? You didn't find out, or you didn't wait?
Girl. It's a
Girl.
girl. Yeah.
Oh, you're doomed.
Mm-hmm.
I have a daughter. I tell you, having a
Yep.
son, I have a son and a daughter. Having a son, you could be, hey, you. With the daughter, like, oh, come on, just please. It's just they tug you by the heartstrings. All right,
Yep.
we do
Daughter.
appreciate your time again.
No,
Congratulations on the baby. Good luck with the
thank you.
daughter, and
Thank
good luck on the track as well.
Thank you. And thanks for having me.
Thanks again. Have a
Absolutely.
great evening.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Right.
All right, Shawn, another fun interview right there, right? Learning a little bit
absolutely.
about Mr. Jorge Vargas. And it's interesting to me. It makes me laugh that he just forwards them off to the other. Here, dude, ride better.
Yeah, what's funny is Jorge A. Vargas Jr. wore the pants for us. Jorge L. Vargas inquired about it. We never got that far. But I was also confused for a little bit. And then it's funny because Jorge L. Vargas said that Jorge A. Vargas was his brother, and that's not the case at all.
Well, maybe in a figurative sense.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's my brother versus that's my brother. my DNA brother for sure. So this one's going to be near and dear to Terry. I don't know if it could be near and dear to Terry, but I think he's going to have a sad day on March the 5th because they're going to go dark at Golden Gate Fields that day because Gulfstream and Santa Anita are going to have about 15 different stakes races. So they say, you know what, that little brother, that tag little brother, you're closed for the day, my man. What do you think about that?
Yeah, well, they're going to pick up another day because they're going to race Monday. So, I mean, they're all owned by each other, So, I mean, it makes sense. Horse racing, horse racing should work with each other more on this kind of stuff instead of, you have 3 tracks running at the same time and they're all loading in the gate at the same time. So, I mean, this makes sense. Golden Gate runs Monday, and then they're going to get a lot of attention on Monday too because there won't be many tracks running on Monday. So.
And I'm sure Terry will want to make that our track of the day when we do our pick fours and our full card picks.
There you go. So Terry's not going to be crushed at all. He's going to like this. Yeah,
that's his home turf. So he better have a great day that day, right?
Yeah, no pressure.
Absolutely. Terry says it's discrimination. So maybe on the day when they're closed, Jessica Pfeiffer can have a phenomenal day because not too long ago, we were going through the program and she was kind of cold. And then all of a sudden, whoosh, that switch lit up. She's been very warm. She won the Eclipse Award for the Apprentice Jockey. I think only the 3rd woman to do so. And then turned around and followed that up with the Jockey of the Week.
Yeah, it was a great story, and congrats on the award. The only thing I don't like about this Jockey of the Week is I feel like she won the Jockey of the Week because she won the award. It's like other sports when you already win an award and then you just give you – I don't know if I like that part of it, but congrats on the award and congrats on this too.
No, I think she won a big race. She deserved it, right? One of the big races that weekend. So,
well, I mean,
because most of the time with those awards, if you win one, you don't get the other. They give it to somebody else because you just got one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So this is kind of the other way.
Oh, it's the other way. All right. Yeah. Now I understand. I thought you were saying that you felt like she got the award because she won the other one. It was just like maybe a little bit of.
Well, that is what I was saying, but I know she
confusing.
I mean, Irad won 5 on Saturday and 3 stake wins. I mean, and I know he wins Jockey of the Week quite a bit, but
I think they're just going to name it the Irad of the Week.
Yeah, really.
Right. I know down there at Gulfstream Park, he's winning everything, and then you put him up to Tampa Bay, and he wins everything. So he won all 3 stakes races on Saturday at Tampa Bay that he rode in, right?
Yeah, and he won 5 races, but he was also the morning line favorite in 8 of the 10 races as well. So
he underperformed then.
No, he did. He did about what he should. I mean, win 5 of 8. I mean,
yeah. Well, especially since the favorite wins 3 out of 10. So he overperformed by double then.
Yeah.
It's 5 out of 8 is 62%, 62.5% for those of you who are sticklers with math, and then the other one's 30%. So a little bit more than twice that. And then Hastings, not the track up in Canada, but in Hastings, Nebraska. We've talked about these Nebraska tracks. They're running into packed opposition. Folks don't want a track in Nebraska. What is it about Nebraska that they don't want horse racing there, Shawn?
I don't know. And I mean, that's where Fawner was, and Fawner was, really picking up steam and is picking up steam. So I'm not sure about that. I also read on there the casino's going to be right by a Walmart. I mean, I think
that's kind of perfect.
Crazy combination there.
Yeah, so you have a decision to make on the way there. Groceries, gambling. Which one is it going to be? Well, I know what I can do. If I go gamble and win, I can go organic. How about that?
All the nuts that gamble, all the nuts that go to Walmart meet together.
And you have the Walmart card, right?
The Walmart card? No.
There's not nutty people that go to Walmart, Sean. Where do you get these funny ideas?
I go to Walmart too. I'm just saying.
Uh-huh. Well, you always see those things on, like, when you pull up the computer screen, the pictures that say you're not going to believe these photos at Walmart, and then you click on it, and there's really nothing there, right? It's just like, yeah, I see that when I go to any store.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much, it's just clickbait, as they call it, Sean, for sure. Tomorrow night, who's our guest on the Players Edge podcast, Sean?
Trainer Anthony Pfyer.
So we're going to be covering 3 races, of which he has a horse in one at Laurel Park. So that should be a lot of fun. I think races 7, 8, and 9, if memory serves, Sean.
Yeah,
sent that out.
You know what's odd about that is he still claimed that race 4 he has a horse too, but it is not listed. So
does he? So we can do race 4 as well.
We'll look at that because drop your wife off at 1. That's a good one.
I think it's going to be the other way around. Most wives are going to drop their husbands off at Walmart, and they're going to go to the track, right?
Yeah. So I'm not sure if he has the horse in race 4 or not. He still was claiming he did, but it was not listed on my DRF. It was not listed on your PP, so I'm not.
And I didn't see it in Equibase either. And but sometimes maybe it's part of a training. Maybe it's, I don't know. We'll have to find that answer to that question. Because if he does have a horse in race 4, we'll be covering horse races 4, 7, 8, and 9, which is usually one more than we normally do. So it's going to be a bonus Players Edge podcast tomorrow, Sean.
There you go. And I got to say again, the week does not go that fast, but when it comes to Horse Center, the week just flies on by.
Right. Yeah. The week it flies by across the board. I mean, tomorrow, it's already Thursday. Terry's one day away from vacation day on Friday when we'll do Foreign Fridays, Tom and I. We're going to be doing Shay Tin in Hong Kong. So that should be fun. We've had some success there previously. So we're hoping to build on that. Tomorrow, Terry and I will be back at noon Eastern. Aqueduct normally runs on Thursdays. Tomorrow, it is not going to run. So instead, we're going to do Turfway Park. So some nighttime racing under the lights, Sean, which should be a lot of fun.
A lot of bombs that come in there.
Well, I'm planning on putting some bombs in my picks tomorrow. I was hoping to hit some shots today. Had a little good luck today and in ticket structure today worked out to my advantage. I hit the hot dog pick 4. That $18 ticket turned into like $189, and then I got the prime rib pick 4. The $84 ticket turned into like $84.55.
Something like that.
But who's counting the pennies there? And then Terry, thanks to Mike Wallace, he convinced Terry to take the 2-horse out of the back end of his box it up. Terry replaced it with the 1, which was a good call because the 1 finished second, and Terry got the exacta, the trifecta, and the superfecta with his box it up. So it all worked out pretty well in that respect today. So it was a really good day at the track at Gulfstream. We're hoping that we can follow it up and close out the week with some bombs, as Sean said, at Turfway Park.
Yeah, absolutely. And then next week, we already got the schedule for Horse Center. Monday, Jose Ortiz. Tuesday, retired jockey Vernon Bush. And then Wednesday, 20-year-old trainer, usually on Evangeline Delta, Riley Grusding. So
that'll be a lot of fun for sure. I look forward to that. And then next Thursday night's guest is going to be Vic Stauffer. We will have a still shot of Vic Stauffer.
Yes, we will.
Yes, indeed. So that'll be a lot of fun, though, because we should have a good time with him because we'll be covering Oak Lawn for the following weekend. So got a lot of good stuff packed in there. That's should be a lot of fun, Sean. Look forward to the picks tomorrow. And if you haven't done it already, you can head on over to horseracingtoday.net. If you click on the Horse Racing Today gear in the menu, someday we'll have hats 1 through 13, but we do have the saddle cloth for all the shirts 1 through 13. Terry's supposed to get his maybe today or tomorrow. I hope he got it tonight so that we can see Terry looking sharp and spry tomorrow in the green number 5, Sean.
Yeah, and another thing, speaking of going to the website, that story we just posted that Derek Bell submitted to us too. Those are the type of stories that we need to hear more about for horse racing. That's, stories that you would hear more of,
Your
20 years
personal
ago.
stories.
Yeah. It's a great story. So check that out as well. And
we
thank
have a
Derek
couple
Bell for
stories
submitting it.
Yeah, we had a couple stories like that on there. So you had Derek Bell tell you about his life experience at horse racing and how it helped him reconnect with his pops, right? Which was a good thing. And then before that, we had another story on there for, forgive me, sometimes I forget the names of everybody because so much stuff is going on. But we had another story out there about Nicholas Tomlinson and, his journey into becoming a professional in the horse racing business and how he went from wanting to be a jockey to actually being around a lot of Kentucky Derby contenders, including one for this year, Papa Cap.
Yeah, and that's another one. And I say this in a lot of the articles that I write, but that's another one. Keep notice of that name because he wants to be a trainer on his own and his career keeps going in the right direction. So it shouldn't be long. So
if you have a story that you want to tell, DM Shawn on Twitter, right? Is that how most people get in contact with you?
Yeah, just the Horse Racing Today page, even Facebook or Twitter. I'll answer, or my personal page. It don't matter.
All right. So you see there the Horse Race Today for Twitter and Facebook. Those are the handles. And of course, while you're here at YouTube, please subscribe. We're like 42 away or something like that from 1,000, and we blew up the hours in the last couple of days as well. So please keep watching. Go back to the older ones that you haven't seen maybe, and take a look at what some of the folks have to say. And if everybody just watched the Mark Patterson one, we'd be at the 4,000 hours.
I was going to say, thank you, Mark Patterson.
Yes, indeed. All right, Shawn, any final thoughts before we get up out of here on this hump day?
No, I think we covered it. Looking forward to tomorrow. Find out more about Anthony Pfyer as a trainer that's really stepped up and really is a name that you want to bet on.
He's like one of those guys that's just building momentum, right, Shawn? That's the way.
Oh,
it works. Yeah. So indeed, I agree with you. I look forward to that. We should have a question and answer up from him as well. So tomorrow. So head over to the horseracingtoday.net website, read the Q&A, join us for the Players Edge show. And then, of course, if you have any questions, hit us up in the comment section on Facebook or YouTube, or you can send them directly to me at richb@gmail.com. That wraps up tonight, Shawn. We'll look forward to tomorrow night. Until then, everybody, hopefully all of your days go wire to wire. What do you think about that, Shawn?
There you go.
All right. Have a great night, everybody. Terry and I will see you again tomorrow at 12 o'clock Eastern.